Hey guys, it's Akari, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact method I would do if I had to monetize someone else's audience. Now, if you're watching this, it probably means you're an influencer yourself, maybe an entrepreneur, or just someone with an audience. But the problem is you're struggling to monetize it. Maybe you're making $0 or a couple $1,000s a month of brand deals, but you want to build a real scalable business. Well, this video is for you. Now, why listen to me? Well, because I've done it, and I've worked with multiple influencers in the past and scaled over 6 figures in revenue per month and generated over 7 figures in total. So I'm going to walk you through the exact system that I would use and implement into your business as if I was coming in as a growth operator. So let's get started. First thing I'll do is talk with you about your audience and ask you what you think your audience would pay you money to learn, okay? Not what you think they want, because there's a big difference there. Now, maybe you have an audience because you're good at a particular skill. Like maybe you are someone who's into fitness and they follow you for your fitness workouts or meal plans, or you might be a beauty influencer who does makeup tutorials and talks about different products. Whatever it is, I would talk to you about why you have an audience and think about what you could actually provide value to and what would they pay thousands of dollars for. That's the very first step. Now, what I'll do is work with you on creating almost like a MVP, like a minimal viable product, but it would be MVO, a minimal viable offer. So you want to test with the market and ask them and kind of gauge if this is something that they would like and want to learn from you. Alright, so let's use the example of the fitness influencer, okay? So I would be putting up Instagram stories and doing polls. You can do polls on Instagram to kind of get feedback and get data from your actual followers to see if this is something they're interested in. So for example, you could do a poll saying, I'm thinking of launching a very personalized coaching program that will be 90 days. I'm thinking of focusing on these different categories. So one might be building muscle, one might be shredding, one might be, bodybuilding if you're a bodybuilder, whatever it is, and then kind of see what one gets the most votes, like which are you most interested in. And for example, if it's 80% of people saying that they are focused on shredding and they want to learn shredding from you, which is losing weight, then you know, okay, well, I need to build an offer around basically shredding and how to get as lean as possible. Another thing you want to do is you want to DM your loyal followers and audience, people you may already be having conversations with in the DMs, because these are the ones who really will be your first customers, number one, but they're going to give you the information on whether or not the offer you're planning is good enough. And the reason why this is so important and kind of talking with your audience and putting it out there as a test is to see if this is something you can build a real business off. Because the last thing you want to do is spend weeks and months building a product, building a service that nobody wants. So this is why you first need to go out there and just ask people, is this something you'd like? Now that you've done that, you want to move on to the next step. So now that you've validated your offer, that was the validation step, you want to move on to the offer creation. So you know people want this, you know people want to shred, they're following you for fitness. Now you want to go on to actually building all the elements that's included in that offer. Now you want to choose your duration of your coaching program, because of course you don't want it to go on forever, because you'll be charging a lot more than a couple $1,000s. So usually I like to recommend 3 months, because this is long enough to see results, but short enough to get people to take action and want to join. So it might be something like 90-day shred program. What's going to be included? You want to define this. I would suggest coaching calls, maybe weekly coaching calls or bi-weekly. And then you want to have a personalized support, because this is very important. You want someone to be able to feel like they're getting the support they need to get to their goal. And you could kind of talk about this like it's accountability. So you could check up on your clients each week. It could be weekly accountability. And what we're doing here, guys, is we're just listing all the things in the offer that you want to include. So we've got the coaching calls, we've got the accountability, the support, one-on-one support. Another thing is, of course, the meal plans, custom meal plans tailored to their lifestyle. And then the community is another aspect. And maybe some bonus tips like supplement guides and different tips and tricks to get lean. So that could be your offer. Okay. Now that you've done that, the next step you want to do is actually build out a funnel. Now, this is where most people get stuck because it's kind of entering the technical zone, or, you know, it's kind of getting to the point where, okay, I'm an influencer, I can create the offer, but this part I'm kind of stuck with, right? Now, it's actually more straightforward than you think, but what you want to do is build a landing page. Now, you can use different tools such as Leadpages or ClickFunnels, which is my personal favorite, and you just want to build a VSL. Now, what you'd have here is essentially a headline, so calling out your target audience, who is people who want to get shredded, and you'd have a headline that really says like, okay, how to go from maybe fat to fit, or like where you are right now to diced shredded abs, something like that. And then you have a video just below it, and this video will be your VSL. Now, this is essentially walking them through the offer that you're gonna give them, and then saying, kind of building like the pain in the video. I made another video of this, so I won't go into it in this one. You can check it out on my channel. But after that, you want to have a button below, which is essentially the application button. And when they click this, they'll go through an application form to make sure that they're a qualified lead for your program. Now, my favorite software that I use is Typeform, because it presents the user with a very nice interface and very easy to navigate, because it displays one question at a time. You might see other form builders such as Google Forms, but the thing is, it's very overwhelming if they can see all the questions there, and it's easy for them not to fill it out. Whereas Typeform is the exact software I used with my other influencers, my previous clients, and it worked like wonder. So I'll put the link in the description for all these softwares that I'm talking about, by the way. And essentially what this Typeform will do is gather their lead info like name, email, ask them questions like what they're struggling with now, why do they want to get shredded now. These are very important questions, and you'll understand later why we ask them. And then obviously about investment is one of them as well. Like, are you prepared to financially invest in your health and well-being? Everyone who says no, you want to kind of disqualify them. Something you can do in Typeform is actually set up a logic. So if they press no, then what you can do is send them to a page, maybe one of your YouTube videos, say, look, I'm sorry, but right now you're not qualified. But if they say yes, then you can send them to your calendar booking page. Now, when it comes to booking appointments, I like to use Calendly. It's very easy, user-friendly for both you and also the prospect booking the call. So once they're qualified, they'll get redirected to Calendly, where they can book a call into your calendar. So that's basically the steps in terms of the funnel. Once they've booked the call, it gets onto the sales call. Now, this is where you'd be talking with them one-on-one and actually talking about your program, digging into their pain points. This is a whole nother topic in itself, but I've made videos on my channel you can check out about the actual sales process itself. If you're not comfortable doing sales, you can hire a closer, although I would definitely recommend starting out so you can actually learn what prospects are saying to you and also how to sell. It's a very important skill to have. But yeah, that's essentially the entire process to go from offer creation to closing a client on the deal. That's the entire funnel right there. Now, we're going to move on to the actual fulfillment of the service. So like when someone pays you money over the sales call, then you need to provide the value that you've promised them. Now, what you want to do is have a very easy way for them to get all the information that you promised. So you'd want to send them a simple email saying like, welcome to the program, click this link below, and you're going to be able to get access to everything we talked about on the call. Now, what I like to use is Skool, because Skool is a very good platform to not only host a community, but also share your ideas and knowledge and present your information in a very regimented form. They have a classroom section that you can add all your videos into, as well as book like different calls and message you. So I'd recommend Skool. And once you've done this, then the client, all they have to do is click the link in the email and they get to join the Skool community and basically get access to all the value that was being promised. So yeah, that's it, guys. I know that was kind of a bit complicated. If you do like want to build your own offer and want to start selling high ticket, you can click the link in the description below and apply to work with me. But what I want to say is that once you've built all of this, all you need to do is essentially just promote it. Now keep doing what you're doing, which is creating content. All you need to do is post Instagram stories, do Instagram posts, or wherever your audience is. If it's on YouTube, you need to put it into your description. You need to talk about your offer and put the link to your landing page, your website, because this is how people are going to be able to go through the application form and watch your video and everything like that. And yeah, that's the beauty of it. It's once you've set this back-end system up, you're going to be able to just focus on what you do best, which is promoting and creating content, and then let the funnel do the work for you. And again, like I mentioned with the sales, if that's something you're not comfortable with, there's other solutions for that, like getting a closer. But yeah, that's essentially the entire system, and that's exactly what I'd do if I wanted to build a business with an influencer and start from scratch and build it to 25k to 50k per month. That is the exact system I've just laid out. Anyway, if you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and see you on the next one.